Hello. Well, before I ask questions, I'd request each one of you to please take the mic and give a little introduction, more about yourself and what you guys do. So, starting with Mr. Shashank.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Shashank Naidu. I head BLR Brewing Company as their AVP of Executive Operations. My story didn't really start out with hospitality. I actually started off with IIT Mumbai, went on to join Zomato when it was a 2 BHK house back in the day. It was a very small organization then. It was a proper startup. Stuck with Zomato for about 6.5 years, helped grow Zomato. Post that, I wanted to start off a beer brand, left Zomato for that, then figured out it's not a viable option. It's a cash burn business. That moved me into VRO hospitality. A couple of friends who were running VRO hospitality thought it was apt for me to move in. Worked with VRO hospitality for about 3.5 years as head of growth and strategy. And post that, I saw that, okay, BLR Brewing Company was a brand which stuck with my thought process and also a more sustainable business model as such. So moved in there about 1.5 years ago and helped run the business there.
Lovely.
Hi, I'm Vedshree Gupta. I'm a full-time IT consultant and I also create content. And I've been doing this because I love food. And I've been doing this for the last 7, 8 years now. I've been in Bangalore for the last 10 years and I love the city. Truly honored to be part of this panel and talk more about the importance of social media.
Thank you. Zafir.
Hi guys, my name is Zafir Syed. Uh, Basically, I am from Bombay. I came to Bangalore again, like a regular story. I am an engineer. I came to Bangalore for job, but then I left my job to pursue my passion for content creation and marketing. And I've been creating content full time recently, but I've also worked with a lot of agencies in terms of social media marketing, uh, you know, content creation, etc. So yeah.
Yeah, hi, I'm Dheeraj Aggarwal, founder of Web Tycoons, which is a 15 years old IT company. We are primarily supporting all the industries, and I have seen the journey from Google to Facebook to Instagram and whatnot. So we'll be discussing, and also we have recently launched here a club. I'm a part of hospitality industry since past 5 years now. Our club is running very successfully in Delhi, Happy Hospitality Club, and today we have launched here in Bangalore.
Hi, Parineeta here. I'm the co-founder of Script Public Relation. We've been in the industry for over 10 years now, and like you mentioned, we've seen the whole transition of social media from blogging days to being on Reel to YouTube Shorts. So excited to have everybody's thoughts and opinions today to share. Yeah.
All right, thank you. Well, for those of you wondering what you're going to listen today, what you're going to get out of this session, all of us, almost everybody here, has a moment during the day where you keep scrolling your phone, you watch reels, you watch videos, you see people creating content. Now, most of them are here on stage, and we're going to see different angles from a restaurateur side, from the influencer side, from the public relations team side, as to each person, what do they say about influencing, about likes to launches, how important is social media today, you know. Back in the days, I'm sure most of you, being hoteliers and restaurateurs for years, had different ways of marketing. Yeah. So today I'm going to ask a few questions, and then if we have time, I'll open the questions to the crowd, and they will surprise you with some good questions. So my first question goes to you, Shashank. As a hotelier, do you believe that influencers are genuinely impactful in promoting your establishment? Can you give a few examples?
Okay, considering I'm the only one who looks at the sales numbers at the end of the night, at least amongst us, I'll have to give a very objective angle to this very subjective topic. I think we can all agree this is a very subjective topic if influencers help the business or not. Now, to make sure that for a good, easy conversation, let's just consider a business or a brand which actually has a very a viable, good product and not just any other product which can't be promoted by an influencer. It has to be a product for any sort of influencer marketing to work. It has to be a product which the influencer is willing to promote on their page and the followers to engage with the page. Now coming to influencers, I usually put them into three buckets. Viable for business, visibility and vanity. Starting from the bottom, vanity is not something 99% of the businesses today can afford. Considering its hospitality with the ups and downs in the business, it's not something which is viable. Now within vanity, if considering I actually run through a list of influencers every month, which is triple checked and then comes to me. Once I go through that list, 90% of the influencers actually fall into the vanity bit. Not someone who's actually putting in efforts to make sure that they're putting in the right kind of information for people or followers who are putting in that extra effort to follow them amongst the 1,000 other people that they follow. Considering this, let alone influencers who are paid influencers, most businesses can't even afford the food cost against this vanity project. Now coming into visibility, yes, definitely helps with visibility, but only if it is a very strategically planned visibility campaign. Now visibility campaign can mean, is it a new brand? Is there a new outlet launch? Or is it a new product drop? And for this specifically, are you choosing the right kind of influencers to come and cover this complete product launch or like your launch? Now I know in 2025 we have multiple portals which can help you filter out different influencers who can put you into buckets like your location, number of views, the industry that they're focused on, but still it is just going to help you with visibility. Now coming to the third bucket, viability of business. I see this in a very different way. I want to see this in like two different parts. Viability of business, I'm not very sure. I'm still on the fence if influencers can convert that into footfall sales or loyalty to a certain extent. But the industry of influencers has changed over the last couple of years. It's not just someone who's picking up a phone, going and shooting fancy food or has learned how to shoot good angles of a product. People have actually started researching on different products. They travel, they learn about different kind of products. These are people who can probably specialize in certain cuisines or certain levels of restaurants, whether it's fine dine or bars or cocktails. They have to be specific. Them, maybe you can host them. They can bring in some guests and probably give you a viable business opportunity where you can convert that into footfalls. But then again, it's still something which is still on the fence. But visibility, yes, it's 100% on for that.
Great. Well, Vedshree, I mean, after Deepika Padukone's wedding, I think it's only your wedding that I saw so many parties and after parties and so many parties. You know, you should go to her page and see her, the number of clothes that were changed during her wedding and the number of parties they had. You know, can we, you know, her husband is sitting right there. Could you please stand up, sir? We maybe give him a round of applause because he danced the best. Well, Vedshree, a question goes to you. You know, with all this influencing, what specific challenges do you encounter as an influencer when collaborating with hospitality brands? And how do you navigate those obstacles to maintain authenticity and connection with your audience?
Okay. So the challenge part mostly comes when, okay. So the primary challenge that is there is to balance the creative freedom and the brand expectation. Usually, some brands will give you a brief I'm talking from an influencer point of view, of course. They'll give you a brief and then they'll tell you, okay, this has to be the opening shot, this is the script, this is the aesthetic. They would even, give you the color of clothes that you're supposed to wear. So it becomes like an advertisement. And as an influencer, it is all about how I shoot my content your way. There are a lot of influencers out there, and each of us has their own way to, do things. So this is the primary thing that we face. And to tackle it, I think when we pitch our script, right, we pitch it with a twist of our own, like we give it our own personal touch. Something that also resonates to us, because if it does not feel authentic, then our audience is not going to watch it. The audience, in the few 5 seconds, they will know, okay, this is an ad, and they'll just scroll through. That's how it works, right? We have an attention span of 3 seconds these days. So, yeah.
Great. Well, Zafir, wow. This guy came from Mumbai a few years ago. If you do not know what to do during Ramadan time, you must follow his page, because he goes to every place, every street in Bangalore during Ramadan and covers it all. He's also got something called the Lazy Sundays. So if you don't know what to do on Sundays, go to Zafir's page and he'll tell you where to go on Sundays and how to spend your lazy days. Well, but Zafir, you know, we've seen influencers for so many years. We've also had COVID-born influencers. You know, during COVID, many people lost their jobs. They became influencers. They started shooting a lot of products and they became. And then with the rapid increase in influencers and content creators, what do you believe is the most important factor for you to effectively drive customer visits to the places you recommend?
Yeah, that's a great question. But I think part of my answer depends on your question only, or the introduction that Eddie just gave. Because in order to stand out, what I believe, and I make a conscious effort in not just increasing the number of followers, but also building a proper engaged community by sticking to the niche. I don't take up collaborations that I feel will not resonate with me or my audience. So like Eddie just introduced me by saying that you should follow me if you want to know what to do with your lazy Sundays. So that's the conscious efforts I have made to create more than 45 episodes of Lazy Sunday Afternoon, created an IP week on week, so that, you know, the new followers that come in and the existing followers that are there, they know, okay, if I refer to this series, I will get the best of the recommendation. So I make a conscious effort to create a very engaged community, and that's how okay, for Ramzan you have to come to my profile. For lazy Sunday afternoons you have to come to my profile. If you want good coffee recommendations, you can ask me. So yeah, that's my conscious effort. And I mean, Pari would also agree, I don't take up as many collaborations. That's a very conscious effort that I do from my end, because I want to build a community, not like increase my followers randomly. I don't do random collabs. That's a very conscious effort from my end, which I do. So that's how I stand out in the market.
Well, thank you. You know, most of us keep looking for, you know, when we post our videos or our pictures, we keep looking at, the first thing is, how viral did it go?
Exactly.
How many likes, how many shares? Brands look at it. Exactly. They ask us, you know, send us the reports. But, you know, Dheeraj, is virality a sustainable growth plan?
Well, I would say who doesn't want to go viral, right? But then what is virality? Virality, I would say it's a lottery. You know, it's exciting, but it's unpredictable. You always lose a lottery. And definitely not a retirement plan, I would say. So, you know, being viral and growing your business are two different aspects. I would like to ask, I mean, any one of you knows Jasmine Kaur? You heard of this name, Jasmine Kaur? The lady recently went viral. देखो कोई नहीं जानता, ठीक है? So you know, okay, yeah. Who was she? Okay, she heard about Jasmine Kaur. अभी मैं एक लाइन बोलूँगा, फिर आप लोग बताना कि now you know her or not. जिसने लाइन बोली थी, क्या लाइन बोली थी? You know? Just looking like a wow. अब बताइए कौन कौन जानता है? So, अब सब जानते हैं. So this is viral. This is virality. It's just a bubble for 7 days, 10 days, 15 days, and then the post would go on. So, you know, being viral is definitely not sustainable, and getting things viral is constant content creation, I would say. So content is the king on social media. What type of content you are putting in. And then I generally say that do not post what you sell. That is strange. Do not post what you sell, but post what people want to see. Now there is a big difference. So let's take an example of a cafe who have recently opened and putting up a post of a very fine omelette with a garnishing and a lot of dressing and add-ons, and then a lot of camera effects, and simply posting that we serve wonderful hot omelets on a lazy Sunday, as you say, right? Versus another post wherein probably if I would be the owner of the cafe, I would have posted, have you ever thought that when was the first omelette made? And who made it? And whether it was out of, murgi ka anda or a batak ka anda. And out of context. So this is all about being viral. You should not wait for, getting viral, and keep on posting the relevant content. As we always say that, social media is the fire, but then content is the fuel. So.
That's so true. Thank you so much for that. Well, Pari, you are from the PR side. Not to forget that your partner is right here. We need to make mention of her also. Anandita, if you could please stand up and we all clap for you. She's the most, she's right there. So can we all give her a round of applause? Well, you both started this company. And Pari, one side of it that I know is that you all keep filtering influencers. You all keep looking for right influencers. Now, how do you perceive the evolving role of influencers in shaping brand narratives for hospitality businesses? And what qualities do you believe are essential for an influencer to effectively connect with this industry?
So half of the panel knows me because we worked over 10 years together.
Yeah, that's true.
And like I mentioned, we were working when the Zomato was a thing, when blogging was a thing. And we've come a long way from written content to visual content. So your question is so relevant right now because sort of everybody has answered pockets of it, like viral content doesn't work. It's just temporary. But like he said, creating an IP helps. So we filter. We're the gatekeepers for all the brands, and that's how we kind of strategize. Having an influencer is not like a nice thing. It's a strategic marketing move. So we have to consider that who we are associating with and what kind of brand narrative we want to communicate with associating with these people. So like Zafir said, he doesn't accept all the collaboration and we don't go to them for all the collaboration. We have created list after list of influencers and categorized them like in terms of what their niche is, what their audience are, and what our brand requirement is. Like Shashank mentioned, there are different categories he's put together. We've put together in terms of who works for what. Like say for instance, if it's a Sunday brunch, there are a different set of audience and different set of people that we go to. And if it's a niche and it's a fine dine experience, or if it's a curated experience which is for a specific cuisine like a Asian cuisine or lazy Sunday, we go to a certain set of people. If it's a specific regional cuisine, we go to a certain set of people. So how we categorize them is on the basis of the content that they've created, the niche that they've created, and we don't go running behind the followers anymore. That game is gone. We follow content, we follow what kind of audience engagement they have, the shares they bring in, the conversation they bring in. And I would differ from Shashank a bit in terms of the revenue, in terms of the footfall the influencer bring in, because we've seen what they can do. They are the new billboards, if I may say. So they can create a change if the product is good. If the product is good, they can create a change and bring in a change. So yeah, they do bring in revenue if you work with the right people and at the right time. So it also needs to be relevant, and you also need to reach out to them when the content is kind of a hot topic and when your product is really good, and then you have the right audience, right influencer that you work with. Um, yeah, I mean, that's one part of it. And when a content creator needs to keep in mind what a content creator should keep in mind when they kind of want to engage with a brand or a PR agency is to just stick to your niche. Create content, be consistent, and also be creative. Don't run behind getting the viral content out or just keep doing the same thing. No, just be a little creative in your approach. Speak to your audience, give them what they want, and also promote the brand authentically. So even if you are the billboard for brand, it doesn't mean you lose your authenticity. People can very well point out what is authentic and what is not very quickly. And like she said, the audience attention span is 3 seconds. So what you have to communicate in that 3 seconds, but communicate it right in a way that you capture the audience to stay for longer period. So I would say the influencers should stick to their niche and create an authentic content is what I would say.
Great. I'm so glad that you said that it's no more about the followers or the numbers, because I remember having a chat with Zafir many years back, and we were like, we put so much of effort into making videos and putting up posts, and followers badhta hi nahi yaar. You know, and then I think we've all reached a level where we've just said, let's just do our thing, and we stopped looking at those numbers, right? But Shashank, Bangalore is all about big. Bangalore is about large spaces, large waterfalls, greenery in the breweries, big kitchens, open bars. There's so much that Bangalore offers. I mean, we are blessed with so much of land and so much of space. And then some people give the kitchen so much importance. Some people give the bar so much of importance. Some people give interiors so much of importance. With all the buckets that we have, how much emphasis should a restaurant place on social media team?
A lot of emphasis on social media, but not so much that you lose relevance on the product you're selling. Just taking into reference that most of the panel mentioned. What I took out of it is, yes, I'm still sticking to social media, but then adding on influencers as an extension of social media. Influencers are your Instagram page or Facebook page is basically your storefront to display everything that you have. Whether you want to take the route of innovating new things and displaying that very authentically, or you want to take the route of sticking to the virality mode and using influencers or just a viral video to promote your product. It's important, but then again, the likes and shares won't actually always convert into your footfalls. It's always a place to basically show what your brand stands for. Now, if someone's heard of a brand and they want to understand what the brand is about, or if it is the same language that they imagine it to be, then they go onto an Instagram page, see whether it's a brand which is creating content for Gen Z or someone who's focused on their product as a whole. Okay, now this can vary from brand to brand, mainly because now let's take a Naru or take a conservatory. They're more informative about what they do. But like you said, Bangalore has a lot of these large places with large waterfalls and large, your bridges and all of that. We are one of them. We have to cater to at least 100x of what a Naru caters to on a daily basis. And for this, virality is a very important balance, just as much as information that you want to put out to your customers. So yes, social media is important, But then again, taking a step back, majority of a business doesn't convert from social media. I might see 100K views or a million views today for a single product that we want to promote. But that same weekend, I see 0 sales of that product. But on the other hand, there are platforms like a Zomato or a Swiggy where you can just promote a product, promote inside that complete eco space that you have this product, and you see results within an hour. Best example, just before I came onto the podium today, we are running an offer in one of our new outlets to promote 2 beers. 2 free beers for anyone who's walking in between a time frame. This is specific.
What time is it supposed to be at?
All day today.
All day. Okay. You can, after the show, you can go, no problem.
Yeah, this is specifically for our Bellandur outlet. We tried this whole program through our social media and it didn't work. But we tried this, this started about 45 minutes ago. And before I walked onto the stage, we've already sold about 60 or 70 beers over the counter. This is a live example which you can open Zomato and check right now. So social media converting into business, not so much. Social media as a platform to convey what your brand stands for anyone who wants to check if it is actually relevant to what they think your brand is, yes, it's a good platform.
Wow. Soon after this next question to Vedshree, I'll maybe open the thing for all of you all to ask 1 or 2 questions, and then we'll continue with Zafir. But Vedshree, likes, shares, comments, we all like it. But is that the only thing that you are looking for? Is that important to you? Or what's more important beyond like, share, comments? What is it for you?
It's important, yes. Is it the only thing I'm looking for or any influencer here is looking for? No. I think if you see the number of followers, there are thousands of followers and the likes or comments maybe in hundreds of thousands. But what truly matters, right, is when people come to you and tell you, we went to this place and we loved it. We took your recommendation, we saw your story, we saw your post. Or when they DM us, right, and they tell us, we went to this place. I have a recent example. So I took my co-workers to lunch to Burma in Eco World. And a lot of them were non-vegetarians. And at the end of it, one of my co-worker, who's a hardcore non-vegetarian, he's a Mallu, he told me, Vedshree, I give you a solid 9 on 10. You convinced me that vegetarian food can also be good. Otherwise, I wouldn't ever have gone to a vegetarian restaurant to eat outside. So that is the kind of feedback, that makes our day, and it's much, much more valuable than any number like likes or shares or comments, because
I agree with you. Those comments. Do you ever get negative comments saying you said this place is good and this was horrible?
100%. And we also get a lot, I think Zafir would agree with it, that, when you influencers go, they give you special treatment. I think Eddie, you also might be familiar with this. So that happens.
Great, thank you for that. Well, anybody has a question here for any of us over here? Anybody in the crowd? You have a question? So is there a microphone?
I'm a layman in this domain. So for me, whether it's social media or content or influencers or whatever, they all are alien words. I want to know whether cumulatively the objective should be to portray what you have or to create an excitement of the unknown.
Would like, sir, if you could please repeat that once more.
What is the objective of all this activity? Whether is it to convey, for example, you have a fantastic product or a offer or whatever. Is the objective to convey the reality or kick up excitement and drive the people towards the unknown?
Can I take this?
Yes, 2 of you all can take it.
See, honestly, it's a mix of both. The main reason why you need social media is to actually show what products you actually have. But the way you convey that complete information is through an experience of how you'll enjoy that product. And the best way to actually show how you can come into our space and experience that particular product is when an influencer comes in and experiences and shows how they experienced it. And the second part of that same question is it just to ride the wave of virality? Virality is the mode that we use to inform customers about our product. Today it's about a jingle, tomorrow it's about a trendy challenge, day after it's about something else. But what sells in the ecospace of Instagram is algorithm. Algorithm only works based on the virality or the trendy topic which is running on that day. And influencers is sort of a medium to showcase that experience.
Zafir, you want to add on to that?
So he spoke about algorithm. So I wanted to add on to that. Every content creator online has their own way of conveying things to his or her audience. A certain set of people follow them because they like the way they communicate, whether it is by exaggerated feelings or expressions, or maybe like through a storytelling concept of a content. So every content creator has a different way of communicating. But again, I agree with Shashank that it's a mix of both, that you have to portray the reality as well as make it exciting so that people actually watch it. So that in the end of the content, they at least take away some information, okay, this place is worth visiting or not. And then comes your engagement part. Then comes your likes, your comments and shares. Shares is basically nothing but if you saw a piece of content which is talking about maybe a burger joint, and if the content creator had made it look exciting and tempting, you got tempted, you will share it with your friends and family and say that, okay, this weekend let's go here. So that's how it usually works.
Can I also?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So when I said that influencers can bring in footfall, what I meant was a holistic approach to answer your question, and also to add on to what they said. Like he said, sharing with your friends and family, but also a brand, when you invite an influencer or work with an influencer, you need to ensure that you also support the influencer. Once the content is out and you know that it's a good content, you push it through your sources as well. Like I would say, push it on your WhatsApp blast, push it on your platforms also. That really helps. If the content is authentic, if the content is good, which conveys the brand messaging that you have in mind. Vedshree mentioned that, nowadays the brands sort of give you guidelines as what to do. I would say, like I said, you guys are our medium to kind of reach out to the audience, but we tailor make it to you. We work with you. I wouldn't agree that, a brand should just give you a guideline and ask you to work on it. A brand will work with you to ensure that your audience knows it's authentic, it's coming from you, but also has the essence of the brand. So I say it's a holistic approach, it's a 360-degree approach. It needs to be aligned with your on-ground marketing, your offering, and also working with the right kind of influencer. It can't be like, I work with 100 influencers. No, work with 5 influencers who align with your brand, and curate the messaging with them to ensure your offering sort of reaches to the right customers. And that will definitely help you create the visibility, and in turn helps with revenue generation.
Thank you for that.
Should I comment on that?
Sure. Please, why don't we give a full holistic approach to this?
An influencer reel almost always never converts into business, but it only converts into business. Let's say, I'll give you a live example. Let's say Eddie comes into BLR Brewing tomorrow and he has an experience with our seasonal menu, which is a monsoon menu. If he's had an experience saying, okay, fine, I like this drink, I like this starter, I like this, let's say, food item, he'll get about 100K views. There might be about 50% of them who want to actually check if it's genuine. They will come onto our page and they will check our stories that we have reposted of our customers enjoying or experience a product. If it is not in line, it's a complete fail. It's just me inviting Eddie. Eddie is just showing something that he thinks is awesome but might not convert into actual business. And then again, influencer visibility actually converting into business doesn't happen over 24 hours, 48 hours, or even like a week's time. It takes a very long time. If there are at least about 10 to 15 genuine influencers showing their experience, and it's reflecting exactly the same way how your customers are showing their experience, it converts, or else no. It's just a sham otherwise.
Can I also add something?
Yeah, please. We have just 5 minutes to go, so let's.
So, I mean, I am fortunate enough to be on both sides of the table. I also work as a brand strategist for social media for a couple of brands and agencies, and I'm a content creator and an influencer myself. So I kind of agree with the both of you. And what I personally, when I get briefs from the clients, usually it is like, people don't really find the value in influencer. They just feel, okay, we are launching this place, we'll call 100 influencers and that's that. Like, we will not invest money into our own marketing, our own brand building. What I recommend my clients or the people who actually approach me for my suggestions is, influencers is good, but being an influencer myself, I'm saying this, influencer marketing is like steroids. Like how steroids is in bodybuilding. As long as you keep injecting, it works. The moment you stop, it stops. So don't just rely on influencers. It has to be holistically included, integrated on the brand's marketing strategy. Your strategy should be developed in-house in a way where it aligns also with the influencers, and most of my brand strategies don't align with influencers. I recommend whenever it is not needed, influencers are not needed, I recommend my clients that, hey, we don't require it. We will use maybe meta ads to promote it. We will use maybe your WhatsApp community that you've built it, because there are your regular customers there. They have already been here. They would relate more than going to influencers. So it depends on the brand's marketing strategy.
Thank you. So your one question has opened so many answers. Great. Give a big round of applause for Mr. Shravan Kumar. Well, Dheeraj, you've been quiet for a long time, but let's talk the negative side of it, okay? We are the world of hospitality. We've got influencers here. We've got restaurateurs, consultants, all of them. What do you see as the primary negative impacts of social media on today's hospitality business? Dheeraj.
Well, I'm a part of the industry, so I would say that social media is a blessing. But yes, I would say that it is a bomb too. And if it is a boom, you are gone. Specifically for the hospitality industry. So one negative comment, one negative review from the person who matters, and you are gone.
Exactly.
You are gone. So let's take an example. I still, recall, and in most of my meetings, I do put up this example. Rahul Bose visiting JW Marriott Chandigarh. I don't know how many of you are aware of this fact. And then he came out of the gym and then ordered 2 bananas, a simple raw banana. And next moment he got a bill which is 442, including GST. So it has certain amount and then plus GST, 2 kele, जिनके ऊपर छिलका लगा हुआ था, कुछ processing नहीं थी. So he just posted a tweet and it went viral and JW Marriott was gone and it trolled like anything. So this is one aspect, any restaurant or any hotel should keep in mind that we has to be very, very peculiar about it, and that is what we call as ORM, online reputation management. So we need to keep a very niche eye. Second, I would like to touch upon the so-called, influencer agenda going on. So I sometimes call it a fake influencer agenda. One thing you need to keep in mind that whosoever is approaching you saying that I am an influencer, I can bring a lot of people to your hotel, I just need a free stay or a free food, just be away. So that can actually put you into the losses. So you need to be very, very wise. And then second, when you're choosing the influencer, just check whether they are the right one for you. Recently, if some of you have heard that Starbucks have called out an influencer and involved one tea guy. This is a local chai wala person.
Dolly chai wala.
So,
He's the brand ambassador now.
yes. And then, this is actually going against the brand.
Yeah.
So these are the few things. So you need to stick to the content again. I would say that content is something which you need to stick on, and you should tell your story. Because if you'll not tell your story to your audience, somebody would else. और जब दूसरा आपकी कहानी बताएगा ना तो वो अपने तरीके से बताएगा और अगर उसने अपने तरीके से बताई तो you are gone. So you need to keep certain things in mind. That's it.
Great. Well, we've ended with our time, but I'll quickly ask you all one question. You just answer with yes or no. In today's day and generation, social media and influencers required, yes or no? With
Yes.
Pari.
To a,
Yes
to
or
a
no?
good, yes, they do.
Dheeraj.
So I would say मर रहे हो तो बिल्कुल लो स्टेरॉइड है जिंदा हो तो बिल्कुल मत लो.
Zafir.
Yes, because it is just another mode of marketing, like how marketing has been evolving from a newspaper ad to a TV commercial to your traditional media and now social media. So yes, this is the part of the process.
Vedshree.
Yes, as he said, right, we are the new newspapers. You don't open newspaper in the morning, you see Instagram reels.
Yes. Shashank. After this, I think Pari and Shashank are going to have a
I'm
boxing
gonna
match
say yes so
behind.
that I'm not kicked out of the stage. To a certain extent.
I will agree with what Shashank said to a great extent that, you know, they don't 100% bring footfall, but there are instances if you work with the right influencers, they do bring, but it is with your 360-degree campaign where you're doing on-ground campaign and the PR with the right kind of medium. So that helps, but I just, yeah, I feel like influencers are the new medium too.
I can show you my comments and DMs too. Yeah.
Definitely. It plays a very big role in showcasing your product. Yes, definitely.
All right, well, thank you so much to all of you all. I thank all of you all for sitting here. A big round of applause to all of you all. Thank you so much for this time.
I think this should have been the first panel that it would have just gone on. But thank you all. It is the first time that we did not only have influencers, but someone from PR, someone from a company, and representing a restaurant chain. So this is great. Thank you so much. Just a small incident myself. Matcha is like really hyped up in Delhi, and my friend took me out and on this new matcha place, and turns out the two youngsters who had opened the place were completely overwhelmed because the thing, like one of their reels on So Delhi got viral. So, you know, it's a very hard trick to play. You're in a different industry altogether. So all the best to you all. A huge round of applause for our panel. Can I have Mr. Prateek from our team to give a short token of mementos, please? Mr. Dheeraj Aggarwal. Right after this, we have Hospitality Trailblazers, and I think most of the teams are already here. Parineeta, Zafir, thank you for taking our time and coming. We do plan to post this on social media and hope you all should repost as well. Vedshree, can I have you ahead, please? I should go back to your profile and check out all those wedding reels, huh? Totally, I'm missing out. Parineeta, this is from the bottom of our hearts, a big thank you for doing your work so beautifully. The next one goes to Mr. Shashank. I think we know where we are heading next after the event for their one-on-one beer. Last but not the least, Eddie, thank you so much for connecting with everyone and making it happen. As a Delhiite, I think I just sat there and I asked Eddie, what shall we do? And he just made it happen. So, thank you. Can we have a group picture with everybody? Can we have a group picture with everybody? Yeah. So like I said, the next event is Hospitality Trailblazers. I can see a lot of our winners are already here. So we shall begin as soon as we wrap this up.